Good morning, Pioneers. Today is Wednesday, February 7th. My name is Sydney Figley.
And I'm Hallie Whistler, and this is your weekly premiere of The Press. Our cover story for today will be the extreme weather California has been suffering from for the past week.
But first, Katera gives us more information about a fatal landslide that took the lives of 31 and counting. Katera?
Good morning, Ursu. Today we're going to be talking about China's landslide. Some information that's happening in China. In China, a landslide buried 47 people in a remote village in mountainous southern China on Monday. State media said hours later, 2 survivors were rescued amid freezing temperatures and falling snow. The disaster struck just before 6 a.m. in the village in Lingshu in the northern part of Yunnan province. By evening, 9 bodies were retrieved and about 500 people were rescued from the area. Rescue crews continued to try and find victims who were buried in about 18 homes. The country of the publicity department said reports said 8 of the bodies were from the group that was initially buried by landslide, but it did not say where the 9th body was found. The cause of landslide wasn't immediately known as survivors and rescuers struggled with snow and icy roads and freezing temperatures that were forecast to decrease for at least the next 3 days. Landslides, often caused by rain or unsafe construction work, are not uncommon in China. At least 70 people were killed in landslides last year, including more than 50 at an open pit mine in China's Inner Monologue region. Rest in peace to the victims that were killed.
Thank you, Orange Juice. Back to the front desk.
Thank you, Katera. For the past week, more than 14 million Southern Californians have been under a high risk for excess rainfall. This comes after numerous natural disasters, including severe flooding and landslides, critically damaged major cities like Los Angeles, Santa Monica, and Beverly Hills. The height of the rainfall was at its peak this past Sunday when the city of Los Angeles experienced a month's worth of rain in just the span of 24 hours, making it the rainiest day in the state's history.
The severity of these events reached levels of fatality where a large tree collapsed on a man, killing him during an intense wave of high wind gusts. At the time of the tragic accident, wind gusts were reported to be at 50 miles per hour. These hurricane-like conditions have since put nearly 12,000 residents in Sutter County out of power.
The U.S. Senate released a new bill this past Sunday, that if passed, would have the potential to implement strict laws along the U.S. southern border connected to Mexico. This $118 billion border security bipartisan bill will also seek efforts in aiding U.S. allies like Ukraine and Israel. Last week, we discussed the conflict developing between the United States and Iran-backed militant groups in the Middle East. Here's Kylie with an update. Kylie?
Thanks, Hallie. Last week, we covered how a U.S. base in northeast Jordan was struck by Iran-backed militant groups, leaving 3 U.S. service members dead and dozens injured. This past week, the United States military launched an airstrike on Iraq and Syria in response. It is said the airstrike lasted a little over 30 minutes and left nearly 40 dead. Since October 18th, Iran-backed militia groups have launched over 160 attacks on United States military installations in the Middle East. The United States has placed blame on the Islamic resistance for the attack that occurred in Jordan. However, they have yet to narrow their findings down to a certain group. President Biden has made it clear that more should be anticipated from the U.S. In a statement given, Biden said, quote, let all those who might seek to do us harm know this. If you harm an American, we will respond, end quote. That's all I have for Updates Pioneers. Now back to the desk.
Thanks, Kylie. King Charles has been diagnosed with cancer following his most recent surgery. It is unknown the type of cancer and what stage it is in. However, these findings come after the king underwent surgery for an enlarged prostate. In a statement given by Buckingham Palace, it is said during the king's procedure, a separate issue of concern was noted. The statement also said King Charles has decided to inform the public of the matter in hopes of avoiding speculation about his condition, and in the hope it may assist public understanding for all those around the world who are affected by cancer. That's all for today, Pioneers. As always, thanks for watching The Press. I'm Sydney Figley.
And I'm Hallie Whistler. Make sure to tune in next Wednesday for more national news and have a great day.